Well, hey everybody, John Retlin here, and this is every Edge WrestleMania match ranked from worst to best, and taking a look at the fact that he didn't make his in-ring debut at Mania until WrestleMania 2000, aka WrestleMania 16, and he retired right after WrestleMania 27, and missed 19 and 20 due to a neck injury. He, had a short time, like, as far as making an impact in Manias. I mean, he had a long career, don't get me wrong, but if you take a look at it, you're like, okay, if only he hadn't been as injured. It would have been interesting to see what he would have done at 19 and 20 had he not been. However, in just those 10 Mania matches, he gave us a lot of great iconic moments. There were also some moments maybe we'd like to forget. And that's what I'm here to talk about, because obviously these ranking worst to best videos, you gotta talk about the bad stuff before you get to the good stuff. Now, some of these matches I have discussed on previous videos and in the past, so if I skip over a few things, just saying, that's how I do things. I just like to go through a spiel so you guys know. Let's start off with number 10. Edge versus Booker T at Mania 18. Good fucking grief. This match should have been so much better than it was, but why was it not that good? There was a sign in the crowd that said it best. They are fighting over shampoo. They were fighting over a fake Japanese shampoo commercial endorsement. I'm not fucking kidding. This is the expression I had on my face. And that was before that expression actually became a thing. Fucking Christ. And Edge. I love Edge. I love Booker T. Both these guys, the match was good for what it was, but just the fact it was over a fucking Japanese shampoo commercial that didn't exist was just what made me made me blow my mind. I mean, now looking at actually Edge's entire run at Mania, the fact that this is his worst match and it still wasn't that bad speaks volumes to the performer that he was, but maybe I'm just ranking this low because I hated the storyline, I hated the build and everything, and the fact that it was shit. Nothing against performers. Match was fine, but my God. Fake Japanese shampoo commercial. Great job. That's like Russo shit. That's so fucking dumb. Then we go with number 9. Edge versus Jericho at Mania 26. Yeah, I discussed this on my WWE title list. But the aftermath was better when Edge speared Jericho through the barricade. Other than that, there really wasn't a whole lot to this to necessarily get excited for. There were some good exchanges, and they tried to push Edge as a babyface before he should have been. Yes, he came back as a babyface, a big babyface pop at the Rumble, and I understood that, but it still wasn't that good. It never really got out of second gear, and I didn't expect these guys to do head scissors and all that shit and all crazy stuff, given how they were older. And in the case of Edge, had a lot of injuries, but still, it just felt a bit labored, and it wasn't bad. I mean, but Jericho winning, and then, taking that spear through the barricade afterwards, okay, it was still weird. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't great. And then we go number 8, Edge versus Cena versus Big Show at Mania 25. Yeah, Cena ended up picking up both Big Show and Edge. Edge really didn't have a lot that he did in this. I mean, he did some stuff like hit and run and stuff like that. But he was a champion after losing WWE title at No Way Out 2009, so just a bit before. In the opening chamber match, and then entering the world title chamber match, and then winning and becoming champion. So he lost the championship and then won the other championship. That was pretty good stuff. This, it was impressive to see Cena pick up both guys, and then he gave the FU, I think it was still called the FU in 2009, to Big Show, and then dumped Edge on Big Show, and then pinned Big Show for the victory. So Edge technically never got pinned to, lose the championship. And then Big Show came out and tossed Cena through a spotlight when Edge and Cena had their rematch a month later. Damaged equipment, hooray! Yeah, this match was okay. It wasn't anything great. And then Edge versus Del Rio at Mania 27 is in the number 7 spot, and it was Edge's final Mania match. That's why I'm ranking it this high. The match was good for what it was. It was not great, and Del Rio not winning here kind of halted his momentum. Not that the guy necessarily had the best attitude, so maybe he didn't deserve those pushes, but still, they did halt his push here, and it took a while for him to recover, and even after that, it didn't really work. But then again, his attitude, but I digress. Edge did get the victory. He did get to retire as champion. That is great, but it was still kind of bad because this opened the show. It was not the last time the world title would open up the show. Like Mania 28. 18 goddamn seconds. But yeah, Edge got to retire as champion. Good stuff. But still, match itself was eh. But then we get Edge and Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, King Booker, Randy Orton, CM Punk, and Mr. Candy, in the Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania 23 in the number 6 spot. This is the lowest ranked ladder match that Edge has been in. It'll be on this list, mainly because Edge got taken out halfway through it. Jeff Hardy did an insane dive, just leaping on Edge, smashing him through a ladder, and then they both got taken out. So, yeah, it was what it was. It wasn't great. Edge had some good spots before that, but really of all the matches that he was in, like high impact matches, this was the one that was the least. And I think if I remember right, I think Edge and Jeff might have been dealing with injuries. I think Edge might have been, because Edge ended up actually suffering an injury a few months later, so maybe this just was a way to save it. You know, like, okay, hey, he's not going to win, so let's just have him taken out in the match. Why even have the goddamn thing? But not Edge's best performance, but we get to better ones, like Edge and Christian versus the Dudleys versus the Hardys at WrestleMania 2000, aka WrestleMania 16. I was trying to say two numbers at once, so I apologize. But it was a triangle ladder match where they had, Hardys had been using, Hardys been using ladders. Edge and Christian used the chairs. Dudley used the tables. Hey, let's just mix them all, but call it a triangle ladder match. But yeah, just use all three of them. Jeff doing an insane dive. Edge and Christian gained the victories, or gained the title, and becoming, and actually, getting victories at this and Mania 17. So actually, it does count, flubbing as much as I do. It was still, it was the better version of this match, given the fact that they hadn't done a ton of hype for TLC. I would say this was on par with the first TLC match, but then TLC 2 just blew this out of the water, and that's no knock against the guys as far as the effort they gave. It's good stuff though. Edge and Christian gained the victory. Great stuff. Now we go number 4: Edge and Christian versus the Dudleys versus the Hardys, TLC 2 at Mania 17. Why is this ranked so low? I have a reason. Edge had a great performance here, spearing Jeff Hardy and DDTing himself also, doing it off the ladder. Having some great moments, spearing Lita at one point. Let's see. Yeah, Lita, I believe Lita got speared a couple times in these ladder matches, but she did get 3D'd. And of course, the one line from JR that always makes me laugh, because he paused it badly. Lita jerking Edge off the ladder. Wouldn't happen for a few years. Holy crap, JR is a clairvoyant. He was able to see. I kid myself with that. But it was a good match. You had Spike get involved helping the Dudleys. You had Rhino get involved helping Edge and Christian. Lita get involved helping the Hardys. And just, Bubba and Matt just flying through some tables, flying out this ladder through some tables. Just absolutely getting just murdered out there. It was absolutely insane. It was a great match. It was such a great car wreck. And the way they set it up by showing the ring crew setting up the tables, ladders, and chairs instead of a video package, I thought it actually sold the match better than them showing a video package. So this was a tremendous match. But the best ladder match that Edge was involved in, Edge versus Shelton versus Kane versus Jericho versus Christian versus Benoit at Mania 21. The first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. And why? Because Edge won the bloody thing, and it was actually, it was great stuff. Edge kept doing the hit and run stuff. Shelton having a great performance, but Edge being the chicken shit heel that he was and hitting at the right time, knocking an invisible guy off the ladder. It was Benoit. But, of course, they tried to erase Benoit from history. Justifiably so. The guy fucking murdered his family. But it was a really, really great match, and Edge being the first ever Money in the Bank winner was the right call. It was solid because he should have been the first winner, because it set the tone for when's he going to cash in, when's he going to cash in, and it set the tone right for whoever would cash in next, and could they be the first ever successful cash in, this kind of stuff, and then let's see if the next cash in can top this. So, yeah, Edge becoming the first ever Money in the Bank winner. That's why it's ranked number 3. Number 2, Edge versus Mick Foley. Hardcore match. Mania 22. Absolutely fucking wonderful. I almost put this number 1. I almost did. Edge had one of his finest performances here. Really just absolutely tremendous. Like, the fact that they used all the barbed wire, the chairs, the stop signs, setting a table on fire, just vicious stuff. Edge looking absolutely like shocked about the fire, which I could imagine. that, like the table being set on fire, Foley ended up being on fire, Edge was just like all like, selling the whole thing. Maybe not selling. He might have been legit frightened by that, which I wouldn't blame him because it's fire. Fire's kind of bad. You want to stay away from that stuff. But yeah, this was just a wonderful, great hardcore match. Watch it. It's absolutely lovely. It's a work of just disastrous art. This is where hardcore to me works. A lot of times it doesn't, like in deathmatch wrestling. I don't care for it, even though I like some wrestlers that are in deathmatch wrestling or that do that. This was an example of a hardcore done right, in my personal opinion, and one of the best matches in Mania history. Number 1, Edge versus Taker at Mania 24. Come on. Edge came so close to stopping the streak, and he should have, and had he pinned him after that second spear, he would have done it, but he didn't do the thing. He got choked out by the Hell's Gate, but Edge got to main event WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Not many people get to say that. Yeah, Taker's been involved in some WrestleMania main events, but still. This was very important and a big, big moment for Edge. And a great, way to add another layer to their feud because Taker was able to beat Edge and become world champion. So, I've talked about this match at length, so just go watch it. It's really great. So that's what I got to say. This will probably be the last ranking list that I do. I might do one more WrestleMania-themed countdown if I have time. But I'm going to be very busy this month, so we'll see. But anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I will see you soon.